Tonight we report on a missing 16-year-old from Royal City and 2 power outages in Grant County. What's going on in sports, Bob?
Tonight, find out how the Moses Lake Chiefs fared in the Gut Check Challenge tournament in Olympia. What's the weather have in store for us tonight?
And we finally have a drop in those wind speeds, looking very nice for much of the midweek time frame. In fact, temperatures will remain pretty nice. Details coming up.
All of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
The Grant County Sheriff's Office is asking people to keep an eye out for a 16-year-old girl. Monica Helberg was last seen at about 10 p.m. Wednesday in Royal City. Police described Helberg as a white female, about 5 foot 7 inches tall, weighing about 140 pounds, with brown eyes and long brown hair. It's believed she may be traveling with Miles Logan Moncada, a 22-year-old Hispanic male. Moncada is 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighs about 165 pounds, and has brown eyes, short brown hair, and a fair complexion. The two may be traveling in a yellow 2014 Ford Focus 4-door with a Washington plate number reading ANR 8440. Moncada was last spotted at a New Mexico motel on Saturday night. He reportedly left the room before police arrived, but officers did find black hair dye and disposable razors at the scene. Investigators haven't found any obvious evidence that Helberg was abducted, but there are concerns about her welfare, according to the Sheriff's Office. Neither her family nor the Sheriff's Office has been in contact with Helberg. Her family believes Moncada may have abducted Helberg and she may be in danger. Sheriff Tom Jones says, "We're all concerned about Monica's safety and her family wants her to come home. At a minimum, we hope she calls home to talk to her parents to let them know she is okay. But certainly, having her back home is what we all hope for." Anyone with information can call 911 or send information to crime tips at co.grant.wa.us. About 800 Grant County PUD customers lost power to high winds yesterday. The high winds struck about 500 customers in the George area at about 6:30 a.m. Crews were able to repair the damage by 8:30 a.m. Grant County PUD spokesman Tom Stredwick said about 300 customers near the Mattawa area lost power at about 2:30 p.m. when high winds knocked down about a dozen poles along Beverly Burke Road. The downed power lines caused the road to be closed as crews worked to fix the damage. The utility had the power restored to most customers by 8:30 p.m. A small pocket of customers were without power overnight. Stredwick said power has been restored to all customers now.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We will be back after this.